Hello tech community, welcome to another episode of Give This Game a Shot, a series where I tempt you into trying out a game. My name is Johan, and today we're looking at a mobile game called Shadow Fight 3. Now if you're like me, you generally ignore mobile games since they're usually not worth your money or your time. However, now and again I've gone to the Play Store looking for that perfect 2 to 5 minute time waster. With Shadow Fight 3 I think I found exactly that. Now, Shadow Fight 3 is a free-to-play mobile fighting game that sort of feels like the Soul Calibur games, but with battles taking place on a 2D plane instead of a 3D kind of multi-directional space. You also don't pick characters, but you create one first time you start up the game in a sort of RPG-style character creator. From there, you equip weapons that suit your fighting style and items and armors to boost your defenses and to further customize your equipment by slotting in different abilities. These weapons and armor and items and stuff are all earned through card packs and chests that are doled out pretty generously. Honestly, there are at least a half a dozen ways of earning them. Some are given out for free every few hours, some are earned by progressing through the story or winning online duels, and others can be bought with in-game or real-world cash. There's always a steady flow of new cards coming in, and I think that's pretty great. Now let's get to the good stuff. Shadow Fight 3's combat feels really good, and it's pretty easy to pick up actually. Each weapon type has a certain combat style spanning various Western and Eastern fighting disciplines. Learning the speed, reach and area of the body each attack targets is very important if you're hoping to win. For example, the spear has a long range and has some great lunging attacks, but can be slow and not effective at close range. The dual axes, on the other hand, have very short range but are super fast and can absolutely destroy an opponent if you can stay close to them. After only a short time playing, you'll have access to quite a large number of different weapons to choose from, and you'll most likely find at least one or two that you prefer. It's really fun to experiment with different weapons, and they feel for the most part quite balanced and interesting. And even if your weapon is knocked out of your hand during combat, the speed of unarmed combat sometimes works in your favor. Now let's talk about the super powerful shadow abilities. As you take damage or deal damage, your shadow meter fills up, and once it's full, you can activate it by hitting the shadow button. Your character then changes into some sort of a shadow demon, and then you have access to a few really cool powers. Now the game is divided into different game modes. There's a small world map which has some story quests to play, complete with totally skippable dialogue. Then there are side quests that usually have some sort of a mutate or weird effect to change up the gameplay and challenge you a bit. And every now and again there are these event missions which you can complete that usually have some unique set of items tied to the event. Recently there was a Lunar tournament to celebrate Lunar New Year, complete with Chinese style Monkey King weapons and armor, which looked super neat. Some of these missions are on cooldowns or have some sort of a limit to them, which can make it a bit frustrating if you just want to make progress. But that's when we get to the last part, the online duels. The duels put you against real world opponents, and the matchmaking system does a pretty good job of finding an equally matched opponent for you. I've never once had to wait more than 10 seconds to find an opponent, and more times than not I'm in the game very quickly. It's also pretty smooth, and I've not once experienced lag. Of course, your experience might differ depending on the stability of your internet and the area that you're in, but in my experience, the online portion of the game is very well done. Lastly, I have to mention the graphics here. Developer Neki has done a fantastic job of getting the animations and graphics just right. The character movements are extremely fluid, and there's a lot of details in the weapons and armor and the backgrounds too. Now there are some typical free-to-play stuff that needs to be talked about. First of all is not so bad, and that is when you earn rewards, you have the option of watching an ad to give you a little bit of extra rewards, and that way Neki makes a little bit of ad revenue, and you also get extra rewards, and I think that's pretty cool. And the other problem I have though is sometimes it feels like there is difficulty spikes in the games which kind of force you to go to the marketplace, and it seems like they incentivize spending real money, which I can understand. Overall, it didn't really detract from the experience, and I really enjoyed my time with Shadow Fight 3. And that's it for my episode of Give This Game a Shot. If you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the Team TIG channel. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out the video. Hope to see you guys on the next episode of Give This Game a Shot. This is Johan and I'm out. See you next time. Bye bye.